to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by GhostBed.com. Welcome to Ross Patterson Revolution. I'm in Columbus, Ohio, with one of my beef fries from college. Come on, you've heard the stories. You've heard the stories.
I understand.
Rye guy, you're here. Ryan Rextus.
I'm here.
How are you, dude?
I'm awesome.
Are you, though?
I am.
Is that real? Are you really awesome?
It's half real. It's half real. I mean, you know enough about me to know that there's part of me that's coming out, right? And then there's part of me that's
slowly
buried.
dying inside.
Yeah. So, but here now.
You feel alive.
Yeah, I feel great.
God, I feel great.
Yeah,
you were my very first friend in Columbus, Ohio. When I moved to school here. Came from Georgia. Mm-hmm. Just a young boy with a very peach-like bottom.
Yeah, peach fuzz front too.
Yep, front and bottom.
Yep.
And just looking for some friends, and I found one.
Yep.
Found one in you. We used to do some real fucked up shit together.
We did.
Yeah.
We did. We actually, I think you'll recall, the first time we actually met was not on Ohio State's campus. Quiz question for those of you listening at home.
Was it? Where was it?
Ross, are we truly friends or are we not?
So here's the deal, and I've said this a million times on my show. I have blacked out in my mind about most of college.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you a secret right now.
Okay.
The reason you're here, I actually need to relearn about myself.
Okay, and now that I understand that, we can backtrack.
Yes.
It's another college campus here in the great state of Ohio.
Was it Miami of Ohio?
It was.
No shit.
Yes. You came to school early.
That's
Remember,
right.
You were living with your aunt and uncle.
Yes.
And then you
went
down.
Up here, yeah.
Allie and Allison and...
my friends from high school.
Yeah.
No shit, that's
we're
right.
We're friends with Lindsay, and
God damn
then
it,
you
dude.
went down there to hang out, and I was like, well, fuck.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We're going to school together.
And yeah.
God
Lindsay was
damn
like,
it.
You know what? I met this guy, Ross. You guys are going to be
probably a winner.
Best friends.
Yeah.
But now that I think about it, boy, I'm a real knucklehead. I don't think we met down there. I think she told me, and that's how we met at Ohio State.
Could be. Either way.
We sought each other out. Let's just put it that way.
And I remember going to a barn in Indiana because they didn't serve liquor to get booze, and I had a fake ID there. And we drove into some old man's barn.
I did.
It was very close to like a rape barn sitch.
It was, yeah.
Just had stacks of 12 packs of beer on the side, and was just like, oh, great. It's like, how much do you have? And he was like, well, 60. And he was like, well, here's how much I can give you.
Yep.
And that was it.
Slapped us on the ass and sent us on our way.
Fuck, man. I remember going to Miami of Ohio, and I remember that school being fun.
Yeah.
But then I had no idea what Ohio State was going to be like.
Right.
And
a little different.
Jesus Christ. It's different now, man. I drove through campus.
Yeah.
They ripped out every bar. You weren't lying about a Target being put in.
No, literally over Twos and Bernie's.
Yes. There's about 3 to 4 square blocks that are ripped out of Ohio State right now. And it's down. You're down to one lane of traffic. There's an Urban Outfitters, a Target, and all this. Not that it's not nice.
Right.
It's just different.
It's different.
Because when we went to school here, there was a chance that the bar would be set on fire.
Correct.
Which actually
one
happened.
Was.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yes.
Because I walked in when that guy lit that bar on fire.
What? Was that Mean Mr. Mustard's, I believe?
Wasn't it? It was the one across the street. I forget, but either way, he had toilet paper rolls open, and he was just lighting them on fire with a Bic. And I was like, hey, man, what the fuck are you doing? And it's like,
what are you doing?
Yeah, and he goes,
why you staring at me?
He goes, this bar's not going to be open very long. And I was just like forever? And he was like, yeah. Everything went off. The whole bar burned to the ground. And I was just like, holy shit. And I heard they were collecting insurance money because they were worried about people running in through here, kicking them out, and then losing their business for some other Target or something like that.
Hoity-toity.
Yeah. And I remember thinking to myself, I was like, that would never happen. Now it's happening now.
Now it's happened.
That bong shop and all that other shit, gone.
Gone.
Everything is gone.
Yeah. I do think the weird pet shop, remember that weird pet shop? What was it called?
You can only buy birds at.
And tortoises.
Yeah.
And snakes.
Yeah.
It was basically like there were 3 types of animal you could buy. And they were exotic.
Is that open?
I think it is.
Oh, God.
I believe it was called Menagerie, which is an interesting...
Yeah. I was a big bird lover back in the day.
Yeah.
Still am.
You were. You know what?
Ooh,
You always struck me.
Yeah, I got a red robin on me right now.
Yeah.
I just like to pet the beak before we get started.
Of course. I always thought
So that
about
place
you.
made it, and the rest of all of the bars is
Just
gone.
Gone.
Because I remember like Bernie's and shit like that. Like Bernie's, you sent me a text earlier, and you were like, "Yo, let's
Yeah.
meet at Bernie's," and I was like, "The place still open?" You're like, "No, it's not."
No. It was a rhetorical
but
question.
like Beck
Ross.
played there, and it was a bagel
Yeah.
shop with shitty basements, shitty bagels.
everything.
Yeah.
I mean,
What about Beekman's?
Beekman's gone. Steam Bagels. So, Steam Bagels, there is only one. There's a food truck in Columbus that does steam bagels.
And that's what it is.
I think it's basically the guys from Beekman's, because the Tom's Turkey at Beekman's was dino.
The best.
Yeah.
The best.
Yeah.
But that's what's happening now, like all over America. So like we go to a college every 2 weeks. We get to see all the shit, and then we talk to people who actually went to school there, and they're on the show.
Right.
The problem with that is everybody's telling us the same story. Where they're like, "Yo, man, this used to be awesome. This used to be awesome."
Yeah.
Because shit was dangerous. You
Right.
could have fun and get fucked up, and like there was no phones. You never had to worry.
No
cameras.
Right.
Text is like, if you got punched or whatever, hey, it was
got
part of
punched.
your life. Yeah, and you had to
Yeah.
live with it. Now it's like it's safe and it's nice, but everybody looks a little too comfortable.
Agreed.
When I was driving down today, it was like I was looking at these kids and it was just like, man, they look a lot younger. And we talked about this maybe a couple months ago.
Yeah.
I think all the kids look younger, not because of our age or any of the shit
Right.
like that. They haven't left a screen like an iPhone or an iPad. They don't go outside as much. There is no danger element in their lives.
No.
And if you go back to the 80s, those motherfuckers look like they were 35 in college.
Oh, yeah.
Full beards,
Yes.
smoking filterless
100%.
Pall Malls. You don't have that now. Nobody smokes.
No.
Nobody's...
No
there's-
P-Funks floating around.
God damn it, dude. It was like 90 craft breweries, and it was just
Yeah.
like...
Remember we would go to the little mart next to Two's
Yes.
and use our Buck IDs.
Just get
To buy
rocked.
P-Funks.
And here's the thing: parents didn't know that they were paying for cigarettes.
They didn't. It was just
on the
another
Buck ID.
deduction from from the Buck ID.
Yeah, it was $5 off, and then boom.
Oh,
Yeah,
look at that.
God, I
Ross
used to
brought it.
smoke, by the way.
Yeah.
Did you know that about me?
Ross bought an apple and milk at the local. Hey, honey, there's a convenient mart right there on campus across the
God.
street from the library. Ross has been spending a lot of his money from the Buck ID on
I
there.
hope they're not listening to this. I don't think they saw it like a credit card, but it was a certain amount, and they were fine. For the most part, it was all right. But I used to smoke cigarettes.
Yeah.
I used to smoke cigarettes. I think for like 10 years. I quit, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
A
would
long
assume.
time ago, yeah.
For real?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Not even like one. I was one of those people who just stopped and like never went back.
Wow.
Yeah. Like Jessie, my wife, she's a dirtbag. She'll still have one at a party where it's just like, hey,
Sure.
we've gone out for
As
the night.
will I.
Yeah. Oh, you will too?
Yeah.
Oh.
I know. But see, like, I wasn't like you. Like, you were a smoker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was a smoker.
Yeah.
I think that's not sure. I had one. This is going to seem super name dropping.
See, now are we
I was
telling
with
each other the truth on this, Ross?
No,
Or we,
just I think
'cause if
it
we're
it
gonna
was
start
just
bending
one,
it-
and it was Post Malone. He was smoking, and I was like, dude, I'll fucking have a cigarette with you.
Well,
and that was
I think that's
it was
fair.
the first time in like 10 years. So for real.
I think that's fair.
And I didn't enjoy it.
No, I
But
can't imagine.
college though was just like,
Yeah.
great. If you're drinking, you're smoking.
And Jean-Claude Grand Dam.
Jean-Claude
a
Grand Dam?
lot of P-Funks going down in
God
that
damn
thing.
it, dude. I used to kill it. And then in LA, everybody smoked.
Yeah.
It was one of those things. But
Really?
now the kid, everyone, and but everybody now, no cigarettes, no nothing. It's vaping
Yeah.
or whatever, and there is no danger element to it.
Right.
Therefore, they all look like they're fucking 4 years old.
Right.
The sun has never seen their faces, and you're like, the only place left is Arizona State and like University of Texas.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, all right, there's some weathered
Life
girls.
exists.
Yeah. And bikinis and shit's getting wild.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to the fraternity system here, like the Greek system.
Well, I mean, I do, but
Oh, you know what happened?
well, yeah, I think what's happening to the Greek system all across the country is
Drugs,
people are
booze.
being idiots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we were.
Well, we were too, but
got thrown
I think
off.
they're like being bigger idiots than if that's possible.
We got thrown off on the cover of Rolling Stone, which
We
was
did.
nice.
We did.
And I have the issue, by the way.
Yeah, we did. On
Went
the
back and
cusp of
reread that
Reggae
the
Fest.
other night.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
How wild is that, man? That we were in like.
You know, Rolling
Where
Stone
did
is
they-
up for sale, and they're not going to exist anymore either. That's good. That's
But
gone.
like, where did I would love to go back and think about when did the seed of the idea at Rolling Stone start? Like, hey guys, we should do an investigation into fraternities. And then someone's like, hey, yeah, I overheard you talking about investigations on fraternities.
Yeah.
I got a buddy who's a Kappa Sig at Ohio State. You guys should go check that out. They do this big reggae party every year. How the hell did they think about us?
So here's what happened is I found out the real story, right? Because the guy walked in when we were down there. I was at the gate when he walked in. He was like 43 years old, and he was like, I'm a reporter for Rolling Stone. And I was like, fuck off, dude. And I was like, it's cool if you want to chase college ass, but like, just pay the fucking ticket and you can come in and do whatever you want.
Unlimited Rolling Rock.
And so Chris and I just kept fucking with this guy all night where it was just like, hey, everybody, show him your tits. He's a reporter from Rolling Stone. That's serious. And people would. And then we ended up, there was a house next door that had mountains worth of cocaine in it, and the guy walked in, he was just like, oh my gosh. And I was like, well, if you work for Rolling Stone, you shouldn't be shocked by that much cocaine on the table. And he was just like, that is a lot. That is a lot. Like and then somebody else was like, who's that fucking narc, and everybody went all in on him because he looked like Bon Iver.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the guy looked like Bon Iver.
See, I never saw him.
Yeah, so we did. Chris rode around on his back like, through the party and stuff, like people were throwing ecstasy at him, and then he wrote about most of it,
right?
But it was college.
Yeah, exactly. Newsflash, I went to a college party and there were drugs, rock and roll, and alcohol.
Yeah. So what happened was he wrote about we were misogynistic and everybody was doing drugs when I was like, again, that's college and you just wrote about it. But like FSU is getting rid of their Greek system.
Yeah. It's a liability.
Every place that I go, is getting rid of it. And it's like some weird annex. Because we do a lot of live shows at colleges, and you get there and you're just like, sweet, where's the fucking Rager? And they're like, oh, it's behind the coffee bean.
Yeah.
Sorry? I'm dead serious. I go to University of Texas, LSU, and they were like, hey man, I'm like, where's this tailgate? Like, there's raging, right? And they were like, yeah. So it's behind the coffee bean on this one, and I was like, huh? And they were like, yeah. But so you walk through the juice bar, and then on the other side of that coffee bean, we're there, and it's next to the thing, and I'm like, the fuck, man? It was fine. It was a lot of White Claws and people were getting turned on, but like you're still staring at a coffee bean and you're like, man, I don't feel comfortable in this. Ohio State still rages tailgate wise though,
big time.
Yeah. And we happen to choose the one game that is going to be 38 and rainy, I think. For the entire game.
I mean, stay hydrated.
God damn it, man. I'm 38 and rainy. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me?
Well, the good news is it's at noon.
Worst time ever, by the way. No one. But I got to do a live show at, I think, 8 a.m.
Game day and
Fox are here.
Big Noon are going to be there. Yeah. So
Big Noon's
Battle
the worst,
of the Titans.
Big Noon's the goddamn worst.
Battle of the Titans.
I know. You know why they did it, right? So what they do is they get the ratings right before, and then it spills into the game, and they're like, hey, congratulations.
Right. Yeah.
The night game is Texas versus some unranked team.
We're the only top 25 game.
That's it. Playing each other, and then we're stuck at this fucking shitty noon
we'll
game.
Be done by lunch.
Yeah, and I'll be in the rain for all goddamn day of it.
But I heard your wife she's going to split off and go have lunch somewhere else. Yeah.
God damn it, did you tell him that?
Well, she said, no, I told her to. I said, you shouldn't go to that game. That seems lame. I was like, Jesse, it's nice to meet you. I feel a connection right now, honestly. Yeah. I know we just met, and we're in a, like...
Everybody feels that way towards her, yeah.
And she grabbed my hand in the moment, and it was beautiful.
Yeah.
I wish you were there to see it. But
so was I. Where was this?
Yeah, well, it was right before you came out of the elevator, and I said, you deserve to be warm, dry, and fed.
This is the only thing she likes in this life.
I did. I said, your bride deserves to... Yeah, exactly.
Oof, that's terrible, Jesse.
We're talking about practice.
We're talking about practice,
not a game.
Practice. So she goes on the way up here. She goes, I don't understand why we just can't go to the Pint House after you do the show. And I was like, Are you fist fucking me? Like, this is my only with my schedule. I get to come back to one game a year. And she was like, it's gonna be raining. And I was like, it's gonna be raining men.
Oh,
nailed it! Boom!
Yeah,
blammo, Jabes.
Yes.
She was not fucking amped about that. But again, the reason I brought you on the show, Ryan, I want to know what I did. I know a little bit. I know we started a fake radio station.
We did start a fake radio station.
WBBD Poop City.
WBBD Poop City.
But it was very serious. Like, we never mentioned poop
serious.
Or shitting or anything else. It just happened to be the name of the city.
And it also took place, as you will recall, while we were showering.
That's right. So the whole thing was showering.
We lived in a fraternity house, and it was a communal shower situation, and the
I used to sit
acoustics
in
were
there in
nice.
shares. Yeah.
And we both have very deep, nice voices that we like to utilize, and it was... I don't know how it came out, but the one day it did. I think there was a couch in the shower at that point.
There was. I put a full couch in there. I put a full couch in the shower.
And I think it was brown, so maybe that's where, if we're connecting the dots.
God damn it, that's right.
WBBD, right. Poop City.
Yeah, because it was, oh my God. So the couch was wet. We were in there.
Yes.
And for the audience at home, I really want to stress this.
Right.
There was no dividers in the shower, so we could all sit together.
It's like a locker room shower.
Yeah, and the heads were... Not the heads of our penises, obviously, but the heads of the showers were directly on us.
Correct.
So we could sit there, drink beers, do whatever we wanted.
Yeah.
And it was endless hot water.
Endless hot water.
That place never ran out of hot water.
And it didn't steam up too bad because there was good ventilation, but it stayed. God. We didn't get cold.
Best shower of my life.
Oh man.
You know, you grow up, you get a little money in your pocket, and you're like,
next thing you know,
I'll have a shower like that someday. Yeah. Still don't have a shower like that.
A 7-head shower.
That was the best shower I've ever had.
We're renovating our house right now.
Yeah.
And you just made me regret this. I didn't fucking put in the drawings a 7-head shower.
You should. By the way, everybody keeps talking about Epstein didn't kill himself, obviously.
Right.
More and more photos and shit keep getting leaked. Today, his shower leaked on his ranch. It's called the Zorro Ranch. 7-head shower.
No.
Yes. It filled, and they've got pictures of it, so it's online right now. I was reading it on the plane. It's got oils, shampoos, the whole thing, and they got the guy in New Mexico, the contractor who built it. Like he did a radio interview. It was like, what the fuck? And he goes, man, it was an amazing shower. Amazing shower. And the weird thing was like, because the rest of it was like Epstein's a dirtbag.
Right.
I didn't think what I was doing there. I shouldn't have been working there. All of this was wrong. Blah 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 blah. He gets to the shower and he goes, man, it was an amazing shower.
That shower.
So I had to go and look up the photos, and I was like, shit.
Yeah.
And then I thought back to the fraternity, and I was like, man, there really is nothing like a good shower.
WBBD.
I don't agree with sleeping with children, obviously.
Right.
But I agree with a nice shower for a man.
Exactly.
And, homeboy. That was the only thing that perked him up the entire interview. Man, that was an amazing shower. I was like, all right, great.
Okay.
I'll check it out.
I guess.
Yeah. So we had WBBD Poop City. Dorms were...
The dorms is where, so we dressed up as cowboys.
For little tiny cowboys. Yeah.
Yeah. And we rode all the way from the dorms to the Kappa Sig house on those tiny plastic steed. And I think maybe that was an inspiration. See, Jesse, this is what I was talking about, how the moments I shared with this man have led to who he's become today.
That's right.
And you think about some of the masterworks that you've produced.
We dressed up as cowboys.
Yeah.
And I totally forgot about this. Little tiny cowboys freshman year, and we rode these horses on sticks.
Yeah.
And I called it my steed.
Yes.
So, does it lend itself to that? Yes, it probably does.
It probably does.
All of it leans back to that type of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, a percentage needs to go to Rex's.
And look, that's not what I'm looking for.
Absolutely not.
Right, I didn't come here for that.
I'll call Simon and Schuster and get them on right now.
That's not... I don't want you guys to think that that's what I'm here for, like, specifically, per se.
But later,
but
I'm definitely
if there's an opportunity, there's a couple other stories I wanted to tell where I think that you're making money off my back, and so... We'll get to that, though. It's early.
We'll get to all of that.
We'll get
to all of that.
But... It's going to be a lot of money, I'll tell you that much right now.
Yeah, no, and I'm ready to write that check. I'm ready to write that check.
I think we were coworkers at a few establishments. Hosters, I think, for one.
Oh, yeah, it's right, Hosters.
You were the host, and I
got fired from there.
Yeah, I was an expediter.
That's right. The Hosters was that was the first ever craft beer restaurant. Yeah. They were making, it was a brewery.
Based out of Toledo, Ohio.
Yes.
Glass City.
And
City so pretty they had to name it twice.
Yeah, goddamn right they did. Goddamn right they did. I was getting fucked up on the job every night, and they had a beer cheese soup that I remember.
They did.
And I used to fill up a bowl of it and keep it underneath the host stand and sip it like it was tea.
Yeah.
Like it was tea.
Yeah.
You know why I got fired from that? It was a great story. Because they were like, hey.
I just walked out.
One more. Well, I got fired.
Oh,
and
wow.
They were like, hey, one more warning. And a guy came in with a big group, and he was just like, can you find a table for us? It was packed, and I was like, it was like 15 fucking people.
Yeah.
You know? And I was like, no. And he goes, you should probably check on there because I got a reservation. And I was like, oh, are you Christ party of 13? And he goes, no, I'm owner party of 1. And it was like, whoops. Yeah. He owned the joint. And
seat at the bar.
Yep. Faster at the bar. It was the owner. And he was like, you're fucking gone, dude. And that was it.
Fuck.
Yeah. So I got fired from there. And then I remember summer after freshman year, I don't know if you worked there. Probably not. The summer after freshman year, I worked at United Skates of America.
Now Skate Zone 71.
Is that what it is? On 71?
My daughter just went to a birthday party there 3 weeks ago.
No way.
And we pulled in the parking lot, and I was like, holy fuck. Ross was a giant, like, I think it was a purple dinosaur, and I'm not being a smartass. Like,
Skatosaurus Rex.
Yeah, Skatosaurus Rex.
Yeah.
And that was your follow-up to that.
That was my I'm out
and
of
it was
here
immediate.
moment.
You were actually... People might give you shit, or you might give yourself shit,
Yeah.
Ross, but you were a go-getter. It couldn't have been 3 days later that you were fully employed
Yep.
at Skate Zone.
Yes, I was at Skate Zone right there, and then I went on to Keegan's.
Yeah.
Is that gone? Keegan's is gone?
That area is kind of weird. Like, it's not weird now, but I think Keegan's is gone.
And
yes.
then Ludlow's. And then Ludlow's, I was there for a long time.
Yeah, Ludlow's, we worked there together.
It was great.
Yeah, that was a great. Oh man,
Never
best.
been richer in my life.
The best.
Never
the patio.
been richer in my life. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
We won't say why, but
No.
never been richer in my life. And
Puff
had a
and
better
I-
time.
Puff and I used to weasel guy like. So remember they had the $1 happy hour.
Oh, yeah.
And so people come in like right after work, like, oh, I'll take one of those 12-ounce Miller Lights, and we're like, really? Why don't we get you into at least a 20-ounce for now? We'll see where it goes from here. Hour and a half later, these guys are drinking 32-ounce Ice House. Don't know
Bombs.
their own name.
Yep.
Calling us by name.
Well, you know why, right? It's the same Hooters mentality of like, hey, man, do you want a little beer or do you want a big beer?
Yeah.
A little beer or big beer?
No beer, big.
And it's
We call
just
them
like,
weenie lights.
Shut the fuck
Yeah.
up.
You're like, I'll get you a weenie light if you want it, but
And that's what you say to customers. Like, that's a known thing, right?
yeah.
Yeah. God damn it. I knew it. All those years, I was like, every time we've rolled into a Hooters, it was just like, hey, man, what a fucking... Don't you sass me like that.
Yeah.
I don't want a little beer.
I don't
Give me
want a
the...
little
Yeah, give me the whatever that... Very Stallone, like, give me whatever that is.
Which size beer do you think I want?
Yeah, whatever that is. So freshman year,
Yeah.
looking back on it, what'd you want to do? What'd you want to do in life?
Wow, that's a great question, dude.
Here's the reason I ask. I'm always curious whenever I meet everybody because, look, it's been a while. I'm not going to say how many summers it's been. 'Cause I'm a young man.
Right.
It's not that important to the audience, but I'm always curious if you did what you wanted to do and if you are currently doing what you wanted to do.
So honestly, dude, I had no idea what I wanted to do. Like, no idea. And so I was just like, well, keep taking classes, fucking around, like.
So when you go to Ohio State freshman year and you check in, like
Yeah.
you would know what you major or
I was university college.
that's it.
Yeah. And then I went into communications, and then I knew that and I stumbled into a state government job, which was the luckiest day of my life in hindsight.
Was it really?
Yeah. Did you know I worked in state government for 12 fucking years?
I
dude?
did. So, dude, my uncle was Jim Petro.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fuck, my great uncle. I don't know what you would call it.
Yeah.
Either way.
Right. I
So
remember
he
that.
was there forever, and he was Attorney General.
Yeah.
Yeah, for Ohio. Is that
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
His name was on the gas pumps. I know that.
He was the auditor.
That's it. State auditor.
Yeah.
You're correct.
Different.
Attorney General's a bigger deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both A's.
Yeah. But he was there at the State House, and I remember that. And and I think Kyle.
Because isn't that who you were living with?
No.
Oh,
A
okay.
different aunt and uncle.
Okay.
But because I didn't know until I saw him on a gas station. I was like, what
Yeah.
he did, because I didn't understand politics.
Right.
So I was just like, oh, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And they were like, oh yeah, if you got to run, it's got to be a big deal, and blah
Right.
blah blah. And yeah, I didn't get it, but that state job, 12 years you were there, huh? I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So, anyways, to answer your question, I love what I do now, but it's not like what I would have thought I would have done. So,
Really?
yeah. But I'm glad I did what I did. Like, if I would have started selling pharmaceuticals right out of college and been responsible for saving for my own retirement
You'd
and
have
shit
been
like
so
that,
rich.
I'd be done. No, I'd have zero money. I'd be some asshole. I'm still an asshole, but
A friend of ours does that, and he's so rich.
I know.
And I'm just like,
I
man.
know, but they're more responsible. There's nothing wrong with the craft. It's the fact that like the state automatically took half my fucking paycheck and put it into a savings account.
Oh, really?
Yeah, retirement.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Is that what they do?
I mean, not half, but
It was like a 401k?
it's a pension fund.
No shit.
Yeah, so I was very fortunate.
That's great.
Yeah. And every time I got the itch to leave, get a wife. God bless her.
Man, yeah. God bless her soul.
Yeah.
Whenever she goes.
Have a child. Have another child.
Just keep chunking out kids so you can't quit your job.
I can't quit, honey. You're pregnant again.
Yeah. Sorry. I can't not pull out anymore. I had this conversation with a friend of mine in my neighborhood, and it's like, yeah, man, I want a fucking boat, and I want to do this or whatever. And like his wife, him and his wife are the best. They're some of my best friends. She's like, cool. Remember, you have a job, right?
Yeah.
And children and all that other stuff. And you can't just leave tonight because you've had a few beers. And you want to go buy a boat off of, Craigslist. Can't just do that anymore.
Remember, Chris bought a boat.
Yeah. How'd that work out?
We were in college. He bought a fucking boat.
Yeah. How'd that work out?
First of all, like living in Columbus, Ohio, and buying a boat is a bold move.
Dumbest move of all time.
Right? Being 20 years old and living in a fraternity house and buying a boat is, Chris,
the dumbest move of all time.
Like a real boat? Like
So-
one that goes in the water? Like,
Yeah. No.
I don't think we had ever even seen the Scioto River.
No. I didn't even know I didn't know it existed. He's like, oh, yeah, I got a boat. It's like, cool, what are you going to do with that? I don't know. We'll do something with it.
Put it somewhere, wherever you can use them.
Yeah. Dylan lives on a boat.
I know. I always see those pictures.
Yeah. And I don't know if he's doing it right or wrong to this day.
Yeah.
And that's why I asked that question where I'm like, if you're doing what you wanted to do, yes or no, because sometimes you start doing what you think it is you want to do.
Yeah.
And then you get there and you're like, oh, fuck, man, this was wrong.
Wow.
Like, or something happened along the way, whatever it was, right? And then I look at Dylan. I don't know if I should be saying his name, but he's living a great life. Yeah. Anyways, yoga instructor, bought a boat, and lives on the boat with his 22-year-old girlfriend and a dog.
Well, we're 28, so it's
yeah, exactly. He's only 6 years younger, but
yeah.
And I look at him like, I wonder if he did life right.
Right.
I don't have the answer.
You know what? Honestly, dude, when I look back, I don't regret a single day of my life. But if it was if I wouldn't have gotten a job in state government, like I literally got an internship, and then I would have been right out west following you guys. Because that's like that's the other thing I wanted to do was go out and do that shit. But
I will say this: after going through it, right, it was really fucking hard.
Right.
And I don't know the right answer to that either, to be honest with you, because a lot of it's because you look back on it, right, and you think, all right, I'm funny or I'm talented and I can do X, whatever that is.
Right.
Then you get there and you're like, all right, a lot of it has to do with luck, timing, and all that other shit. I was talking to Alec, our producer, right before we were driving around looking for locations earlier.
Yeah.
Even like Adriatic, I was going to shoot with you. I didn't.
Dude.
I'll tell you this now.
Okay.
I tried to book Adriaticos and I tried to book Catfish Biffs, and they were like, "You cannot shoot in here. We know that show. You cannot shoot in here." And I was like, "Well, fuck you." My last book was on the New York Times bestseller list for 9 consecutive weeks. Man, I shoot wherever I want, dog. They were like, "Get the fuck out of here." Dead serious. And that was at Adriatico's, and I was like, "Man, it'd be fun to have a beer and pizza and all that shit." What's the name of this place? Burger Inferno?
Burger Theory.
Burger Theory, yeah.
Yeah, Burger Inferno.
What's the grill of a lifetime? You're a grill seeker. You goddamn right you are, Jesse. But so... fucking grill seeker. So we end up coming here, but on the drive out, like, I'm telling him these stories.
I did notice her buns when she first walked in.
Yeah. You have to. You have to. But when we're driving through campus, it's like, oh, this place is amazing. What'd you do? And blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, yeah, I did this and this and this. And then I went to LA, and we were talking about the new guy. It was the first movie.
Yeah.
And I had originally read for the Black Guys role. So like, it was me and like 400 black guys. And I was like, man, I am the only white person in here. Like, I don't know what's going on. And that role was switched. So they liked my read, and then they switched it with the other boyfriend role or whatever. But looking back on, like, at the time I didn't think about it. I was just like, I was just better, and it was awesome. You know, I had a better day. At the time, it was just like, man, I beat out like 600 people. Like, then it kept going, and then you realize, shit, a lot of this has to do a lot with luck.
Yeah.
So
Well, you've got the wherewithal. Like you have what I don't have. Like I don't have like the. I don't know if it's thick skin or what it is that I don't have. You know, like I know you guys like. There's a term getting blown out of L.A. Like I would have gotten blown out of L.A. I think
people say horrific shit about you.
Yeah.
So you've got to be prepared for that. But like, there is the other side of it too, where it's just like, man, you don't know if that right thing's going to come along for the right reason and all that other shit. And you're just like, I don't know, man. And like, there's times where it was like I read for Spider-Man and shit like that. And you're like, man, my life, or it could have gone completely different one way or the other. And then you get lucky with this shit podcasts. Like, originally it started, 5 years ago for us, where it was just like, hey man, I was just fucking around with your friends and having a good time. And all of a sudden we didn't know it was a new medium that would blow up. And like, we were, I don't want to say the first ones in, because like Rogan and those guys definitely were, but like we got in decently, like, a good time right behind him. It was just like, oh shit, rad. And then, movies and the rest of it and books, but like you didn't know that all came from a podcast and everything. No. So I don't know what the right decision would have been, because there was a couple other guys who wanted to do it too. And like, one of them asked me the other day, he was like, hey man, do you think I could have made it? And I was like, to be honest with you, man, you could fucking flip a coin 100 times.
Exactly.
Because you don't know what you're going to be up for at that right time, or what kind of feeling or moment or thought you're in, where it's just like, I mean, there was a big show that I fucking blew. That was, just got back from partying in Sundance. I was like, I get a movie in Sundance, I'm going to live forever. I'm drinking or whatever. Blew this audition. That would have been millions of dollars. And you're just like, oh, God damn it. So you never know one way or the other. Yeah. When did you get married?
2005.
Okay. Yeah. So if you look at it now.
Well, and like, so I don't know if you remember, so there was a period where, like, I don't know, 3 years after I started working for the state, my boss was like, dude, you don't want to do this. Like, this isn't you. Yeah. Like, you want to go out to LA, you go do it. So I called you and and Dylan's brother.
Yeah, Tristan.
Yeah, Tristan. Yeah. I didn't want to say his name, but
no, you can. Yeah, he's been on the show.
Okay. So I called you and Tristan. And I was like, hey, I'm coming out there. Like, I don't care if I have to work on a set or like whatever. Yeah. And then I didn't pull the trigger, and then it was like literally.
We said, like, come on out. Like, hey, man.
You guys are like, come out. You can sleep on our couch. Yeah. We'll find you gigs. We'll get you. And then I literally think it was a month and a half later that I met Kathy. And
no shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tristan was the master of that.
Yeah.
Because he could get you a gig right away.
Yeah.
He got me a gig with Macy Gray. That was like one of my first jobs in LA, and I was just like,
it's wild.
Yeah. And it was for that I Try song. Like, she hadn't, nobody had even heard of her, and I was like her personal assistant for that week. Yeah. It was wild. I was sleeping on her floor in a hotel, the Four Seasons in LA. She just had to get her up and go in for like shoots and shit like that. And,
that's crazy, dude.
It was wild. Tristan was always that dude. So that was genuine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so again, back to helping fill in the black space in your brain from most of your college experience.
Please do, yeah. I was a dirtbag in college.
You're a wonderful man, Ross. I don't know if this, because I think a lot of the things that I'll talk about you'll remember, but I think you and I had a penchant for singing. I think, again, WBBD. And we had...
to this day, I'm one of the very finest karaokeists.
Yeah.
Karaokeists of all time.
We had a condiment at the fraternity house, I think you'll recall, there was Sweetheart Beaver.
Yeah, the Sweetheart Beaver mustard was my fucking favorite of all time.
Sweetheart Beaver.
Yes, that was my favorite mustard ever. Haven't had it to this day. Yeah. And then we had a cook there at the house named Richard, who was in Vietnam and wanted to kill people every day. Yeah, wild guy.
He'd leave at 2:00 in the afternoon.
Him and
I'm like, hey, so dinner's already out? I thought,
he'd just leave it and be like, yep,
gotta go home and feed the dogs. What do you say? Feed the dogs and cook the wife. Like, whoa, Richard, you're not allowed to.
Yep.
Yeah.
And whenever girls walk down the stairs, they'd be like, you with her last night? God, I'd love to smell your fingers. He used to say shit like that. I was like, Jesus Christ, man.
God, dude.
Yeah, I'm eating.
Gross.
I'm fucking eating, bro.
That's gross, dude.
Yeah.
Just get another fucking package of Sweetheart Beaver out of the back and make me a grilled cheese.
Dave Matthews was big.
Yeah, that was big.
Edwin McCain.
Kimmy
was a good friend. He was a friend of mine. I don't even know the fucking words, but I remember that.
Yeah.
That verse.
That we sang
forever,
all the time in Jean-Claude.
You're welcome. I saw him out in L.A., by the way.
Really?
Yes, and it was super tragic. So we used to sing about him in college, made a few movies, and they were like, hey, man, Edwin McCain is playing this thing or whatever. And I was like, fuck yeah, dude, I'm in. And they were like, I was like, made a few films. Like, I'm VIP, right? And they were like, yeah, you're VIP. You want to meet him? And I was like, yeah. I was like, where are we going, dude? Hollywood Trek. So they were like, look, after the races are over. After the races are over, Edwin McCain's going to play a concert. Like, and I was like, oh, right by the finish line?
Yeah, like
stage was set up by the finish line.
Do we have to wear, like, mutters or what?
Here was VIP. It was one rope, and it was one guy standing there. It was just like, okay, you guys can go in, and that's good. The concert was probably 200 or 300 people, and there was 6 of us in VIP.
Oh,
and the other 5 were my friends. I was like, I made it. I made it. That's showbiz right there.
That is showbiz.
That's fucking showbiz.
Meeting your heroes.
Yeah.
Meeting your heroes.
Dave Matthews. Another one. Got to meet Boyd in college, and then he ended up fucking dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's out of the band.
Out of the band.
Out of the band now. Yeah.
Second row, dude.
That was
Stopped at the Kroger.
That was one of the best nights ever, and like that was a little in that we had. Where I was like, hey man, they always release some tickets right before.
Yeah.
An hour before, and I was like, I think we can roll up this Ticketmaster and get some tickets. And we got the tickets. I was like, that's row B. Can't be like the genuine row B.
Yeah.
Sure enough, we walked in, and there was no row ahead of us, and it was just that. And then Ben Harper sat next to us.
Signed our ticket stub.
The Ben Harper just sat next to us by himself for the entire concert because we opened up for him, and I was like, fucking hey, life's going to be amazing.
Yeah. I don't even have to try.
Yeah. It's going to be fucking awesome. Cable Guy we watched 1,000 times.
Oh man. Oh.
Still great. It's his greatest movie.
Life isn't Father Knows Best anymore.
Yeah.
It's a kick to the face on a Saturday night with a steel toe grip Kodiak work boot. Trip to the hospital, bloodied and bashed. Reconstructive surgery. But what doesn't kill us makes us stronger. So.
Watch the movie thousands of times.
1,000 times.
Cable Guy is still Jim Carrey's greatest movie
Has to be,
of all
right?
time. Yes.
Has to be.
There's no way it's anything else other than Cable Guy.
I'm just busting your balls so you can buy a Heineken.
Yeah. Dr. Swears.
Dr. Swears. Oh, man. I bought every one of her books.
Yeah.
Rise and shine, Susie. Time to smell the smelling salts. You think girls like that would what is it? You think girls like that would hang out with us if we weren't paying? I wish I had friends like that. Oh, man. Yeah.
That was the best.
When I tell people that, like, one of my top 10 favorite movies of all time is Cable Guy, they look at me like I have 18 heads.
But if they do, they're not a real friend.
Exactly.
I know
Thank
how to
you.
separate
And that's what I tell them when they grow 18 heads. I'm like, you're not my friend
hey,
then.
man, we're not fucking beef
I don't
fries.
hang out with people with 18 heads.
No.
So beat it.
So beat it, nerd.
Yeah.
Fucking nerds get shoved by bullies.
Yes.
I'm one of them.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see. And then Dazed and Confused I watched religiously.
See, I never watched that one. There's a couple that I didn't get into.
Kuda and those guys live next door to me.
Yeah.
So, like, they were big Dazed and Confused guys. And it was a period of time for almost an entire year. We watched it every day.
Boy, and the suite in the round window room. So I had a dream, dude. And I don't know if it's because we were going to be doing this, but I had a dream last night. And it might not have been last night. I had a dream within the last week that I was moving back into the Kappa Sig house, like current life, wife, kids, cat.
Yeah.
And I'm like lugging shit across campus, and I'm like, God damn it, where's the house? And I walk in, the outside still looks like shit, but I walk in and the inside is like immaculate, and these rooms are huge. There's pools outside of I'm like, what is going on here? I'm like, well, I know that I requested the round window room, so I go up and there's like some dude sleeping in there. It was the most bizarre fucking dream.
Could you imagine moving a family in a fraternity house?
No.
It'd be great. I think it'd be a great time. Really great time.
It
would
would
be the worst. Is that
right?
still,
Instead of having a house mom, have a house family. Think about that.
Yeah.
Mom Kay.
Oh, God damn
I'm
it.
sure God rest her soul.
Well, R.I.P. Is she alive? I don't know. It can't be, right?
I always thought, you know what I always thought was weird too? Was how we had to recite that she was born and reared in Medina, Ohio.
Yeah. They make you
Reared?
say
Like,
shit
who
like
says-
that. Reared.
like,
As if
where
she
were
was.
you reared?
She came out of the vagina.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where
So
you were reared.
Yeah. So like when
Shouldn't
I
it be
introduce them in
fronted?
business settings,
Yeah.
When I'm introducing myself, I'll say, "Hey, I'm Ryan Rextus. I was reared in Cleveland, Ohio."
You?
Like, you? Where were you reared?
It's the home of President Taft.
Yeah.
Big Taft fan.
Big Taft. Speaking of Cleveland, took my daughter to the Browns game last weekend.
Oof. Why would you do that?
Because I love her to death.
No, you don't.
It was the most amazing experience.
You actually hate your children by taking them to Browns games. You know what's going to happen.
Dude.
So Jesse and I talked about this on the show. This is when the guy got bashed in the head with the helmet. You were at that game with your children?
My daughter. 9-year-old daughter. And it was one of the greatest father-daughter experiences of our lives. Fortunately, we left with about 10 minutes left in the game and watched the carnage from our hotel room.
No way.
Yes, and she was so confused.
What do you tell your kid? I was thinking about that because we go to a lot of games, right?
Yeah.
And I took my son, because he's 5 now, and I took him to the Eastern Conference Finals of the Stanley Cup.
Okay.
Right? And people are punching each other and shit, but it's hockey.
Right.
So you can explain that.
Yes.
With another man ripping off another man's helmet and bashing his head in with it, what do you say as a parent? Because I was alone. I was watching that game live upstairs working, and my kids weren't up.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
I was like, first of all, I was speechless when it happened, right? And she's like, Daddy, what? Like, why did he do that? And then she immediately, so this is why I love her, right? She immediately went into, well, that was Mason Rudolph's fault. He's the one that, and I'm like, well, buddy, and so this is in the moment, right? And I'm like, it's late. Let's turn the TV off. you know.
I'm in the camp.
Mr. Sandman's in your eyes. I can see it.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's time for sleepy time. Yeah.
So we go to bed, and that first thing she says in the morning, Daddy, you know that was Mason Rudolph's fault. I'm like, I love that you're like a diehard Browns fan.
It's true though.
But I'm like, but Myles Garrett shouldn't have done that, buddy.
He shouldn't, but he did rip the helmet off. It's
did.
nice that your daughter recognized that moment of hey, he kind of started it, so therefore he finished it. Because Mason Rudolph got 0 out of that. I thought he should have gotten 2 games.
Right.
Because he tried to pull the other guy's helmet off a little bit.
Right.
But by the way, this was breaking news. They petitioned earlier. It just got announced an hour ago. Pouncey got his suspension reduced by a game.
Yeah.
Garrett's out forever.
Yeah. He's
that guy.
Go in front of the board. Yeah.
He's that fucking guy.
Yeah. And to think, leading up to the game, she literally, when I told her we got the tickets, because she's been asking for Browns-Steelers tickets, we have neighbors who are Steelers fans. Yeah. She hates the Steelers. It's like a thing. She goes, oh my gosh, Dad. She's like, look, I know I'm going to hear fuck a lot. And she knows when she's allowed to swear.
How old is she?
She's 9.
Fuck, do they know at 9?
Oh yeah.
Damn it, man.
She goes,
this is all slipping away from me now.
She's like, I know I'm gonna hear it a lot. She's like, I'm probably gonna hear oh fuck, the Steelers scored, or oh fuck, Odell Beckham just caught an amazing pass, or oh fuck, Baker Mayfield just threw an amazing pass. And I'm like, yeah, we're probably gonna hear it, And so we're walking into the game. We're walking under the bridge, right by the stadium, and there's a police officer controlling traffic, and this car just disregards the cop, right?
Yeah.
And the cop's like, what the fuck are you doing? And she looks up at me, she goes, first fuck of the day. It was awesome. Yeah, it was great. So, anyways, it was a great experience.
She was prepared.
She was waiting for it.
Oh.
She didn't think it would come from an authority figure.
No, especially someone in uniform. Now, if we were in Chernobyl and you're trying to get people out of there,
yeah, you get out.
Hey, get the fuck out of the way. You don't say that in Cleveland.
No.
Hey, there's kids.
Yeah, Jesus.
God, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. Look, we get talking. We got fucking sponsors who pay for this show to be on the air. Shockingly enough. First and foremost, ghostbed.com.
Ghostbed.
/Drinkin Bros.
/
Do you have a mattress? Did you get a mattress in a box at all?
We don't actually sleep on mattresses.
No?
No.
Straight
not in our family, no.
Yeah. You go TP?
Yep. Renovating our house, and that was a way to shave costs. So
yeah, TP style.
Yep.
Yeah. New mattresses.
Probably.
Yes. Go to ghostbed.com /Drinkin Bros today.
Okay.
Here's what they do. They ship in a box.
Okay.
Shows up, boom, you drag it up to your room, pop it open, you're good to go.
Really?
No mattress shopping, no nothing.
No nothing.
Adjustable bases with USB ports in them, flashlights, all of that.
Wow.
Oh, remote controls.
Wow.
Dead serious.
Okay.
And the Ghost pillows are almost better than the goddamn mattress.
Really?
Yeah. They're amazing.
Now, do the Ghost pillows have USB ports? Because
No, but they're getting close. I think they've got a cooling shield over it.
Ooh.
So it's 15 degrees cooler than the rest of your house.
Damn it, dude, because the flipping the pillow is brutal.
Correct. So they've been a sponsor now for years at this point.
Nice.
And it's one of those things where, and this is the total truth, it's like a mattress is a big purchase item. I couldn't lie to an audience for that long. If they were fucking shitty. So luckily we have them in like every room of our house, and it's awesome. But
well, it's funny because I think our mattress probably sucks now that I think about it, because at home we're now sleeping in my in-laws' bed, and it's like magic. So I'm wondering if they have a ghost bed.
They might. They're getting huge. So go to ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros today. If you're military or first responder, you get 15% off everything in the store, and they have a 36-month no interest pay-as-you-go program.
Nice.
And even check your credit, which is crazy. That's not true. I'm telling lies outside of school here. I'm not sure if that's true. Ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros today. Next up, we get StrikeForceEnergy.com. That is a fucking tasty, tiny little tin pouch full of energy.
Really?
Rip it open, squeeze into any liquid available.
Okay.
Lasts longer than 5-hour energy. And it's good for White Claws.
Strike Force Energy.
No sugars, no carbs. It's in 7-Elevens everywhere.
Okay.
At the front where you're just like, hey, does this really work?
Yeah.
Yes, it's fucking amazing.
Nice.
But go online, just order by the boxes. They get a 10-pack, 40-pack, 750-milliliter bottle. I think they've been a sponsor for fucking 4 or 5 years.
Nice.
But everybody loves that shit.
Yeah.
So it's an easy one to sell.
Right.
Easy one to sell because everybody loves it. Go to StrikeForceEnergy.com. Promo code Revolution, 20% off. Last one is StraightRazors.com. Now that's straight razors for pregnant bushes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So there was a Ukrainian dwarf on Dr. Phil the other day. She was 30 years old, pretending to be.
That was my niece.
14. Yep. She got adopted, and she was 30 years old. She was hiding her periods. This is a really true story.
Okay.
Hiding her periods and shaving her pubic hair to keep continuing to live at this family's house.
No.
Yes. Yep. Dr. Phil had her on the other day, and he was like, I believe you're 30 years old. Anyways, I'm convinced she used a straight razor to shave her bush at straightrazors.com. That's real.
Okay.
That's not real. That I don't know what company she used, but if you were gonna do it,
she was gonna do
I
it.
use it. I use their company. I would use straight razor. If you're worried about using a straight razor, you can use a safety razor, and they have shaving products for men and Ukrainian dwarfs.
Okay.
So if you're a dwarf and you're in and you're saying, hey, my dream is to come to America, hide for a little bit in a house, and shave my bush, you got to go to straightrazors.com. Promo code Revolution for 20% off there.
Don't forget that if you don't use the promo code, there's no way you're.
Are you really doing it? And they engrave the razors.
Right.
So you can get the Ukrainian bush dwarf shaver on there if you want. If you want. Look, I don't know what you're into.
Right.
You can get Heinz ketchup, whatever you want.
Yeah.
They'll do it. It's not
it.
like an NFL jersey where they're like, oh, man, we won't put ass-eating season on the back of it.
Hey,
yeah.
We're not doing 69 on the back of your jersey.
At all. So, but straight razors will do it. So, shaving Ukrainian bushes everywhere.
Okay.
Let me ask you this. T-balls.
Mm-hmm.
You know I call you T-balls, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Thunderball.
Mm-hmm.
Are we allowed to talk about the elevator?
Sure.
The up and down?
Well, yeah, sure. I mean, it's part of who I am.
Part of your life. You have the most beautiful set of balls on a man I've ever seen.
Well, we showered together, so
and I'm a fan of that.
You would know that.
And I love male nudity. But you could also demon drop them and make them go up and down like the elevator. Mm-hmm. The one memory I have about winning the national championship in 2002.
Oh, boy, what a day.
I cried. I think grown men cried. I saw grandfathers crying.
Yes.
Everything. Because we're in town for Ohio State, Penn State. It's a big deal. Michigan's away this year.
Yeah.
I'll go to the national championship, obviously, if we go. But that game was, I saw grown men weeping or whatever, and I was like, what are you going to do? And you're like, I'm going to do this. Pull down your pants, and elevator dropped your balls in front of a crowd of 40 to 50 people.
Yeah.
And everybody cheered like it was the greatest thing of all time. Like it was a Kanye concert.
Yeah.
It really was. That moment to me, like,
well, it was.
I've seen a lot in my life.
Yeah.
I wanted to.
That was one of the. I mean,
You were crying. By the time I got back to the parking lot, you were crying.
Yes.
For that game.
I remember looking you in the eyes when we left the parking garage, and then I said, "We're going to be different men after we after this evening.
And I didn't believe we were going to win. And then afterwards, you cried. I cried.
I didn't either.
A bunch of people cried. You demon dropped your balls, and it was that was one of the greatest nights of my life.
Yeah.
I never got to thank you for that, but I've told that story numerous times on the show. Yeah.
Wow.
Numerous times.
Here's to you. Gosh.
Cheers.
And thank you.
Here's to us.
Thank you.
To us. You know.
Thank you.
But that was a great one.
Do you remember the rubber suit?
No.
You don't remember the rubber suit? I bought a rubber suit. It was like a 1960s scuba suit at Goodwill before Reggae Fest, and I hid it in the bushes over at the Theta House.
Yeah.
And I went over as we were walking back from Twos, and I put it on. I jumped out and I scared everybody.
Yeah.
And I went over to the house on Iuka in the rubber suit.
You were a rubber suit man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember when you won a talent show.
I did.
For Dancing to Sticks.
Yes. It was the Bathing Beauty.
Yeah. You were shirtless.
It was a muscle man show.
Which obviously, if you see him,
yeah, I mean,
clearly.
I mean, they've probably seen the tape. So
yeah, the beauty of it was you were the first person I know to walk into a competition like that and just completely make fun of it, and the place went
take third.
Bug fuck, yeah. And I'd never heard that Stick song at that point in my life, by the way.
Oh, mama, I'm in fear for my life from the long arm of the law.
Yes. And
guess what? Now they play it before the Steelers game. So
they do. And I am positive that you started that, by the way. Because everybody else started playing that after that, and I was just like, fuck. I don't know what that song was, man. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to fucking buy it, dude.
Size 13 white McGregor high
Yeah.
tops.
God damn it, you won that night. Really won that night. There was an ex-girlfriend of yours.
Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah. I'd like to talk about I saved your life.
Okay.
I said you should never date this girl nor marry her. Yeah. And you were like, no, she's a lovely girl. She ended up ruining a marriage later on in life. We're never allowed to talk about that.
Correct.
Yes. But I want to say that I was right on that one.
You were.
I was right on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Did I ever date anybody that was awful and you were just like, dude, what are you doing?
I don't think so. I mean, you didn't really like date like there was
I had one college girlfriend.
Yeah, you had one, and she was kind of boring.
Was she really? And
yeah.
I didn't know it. God damn it, man.
That's why it was like, which was fine, like because it. But she was
just kind of boring.
Nice.
Yeah. Hot.
Nice.
She was hot.
Hot. Oh yeah, sure.
But boring.
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 You know?
Shit.
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell me?
I mean, because you weren't gonna listen to that. You look. Let's be honest. You didn't listen to me. Like people didn't. Nobody listened to me, right? Like nobody listens to me today. Like it's just I accept it. Like nobody listens to me. It's fine. I say stuff. People don't listen, and then things happen. I'm like, that's what I said. So it's fine.
Just a long chain of
it didn't change anything. Oh, do you remember when because I did have a propensity in college for getting naked.
Yeah, so did I.
So,
by the way, nothing makes me laugh harder than male nudity to this day.
I think we ran through a TG naked.
We did. Completely buck naked. But here's the thing. So that bled over, obviously, into the movies. So if you're talking about owing royalties, I don't know how many of my films you've seen, but there was...
Yes.
I've put male nudity in goddamn near all of them. Like eight with just full-on dicks and balls. Yeah. And nothing makes me laugh harder than that to this day. Like, and I try to tell people, I'm like...
There's nothing funnier.
No. Nothing funnier in this world.
You've heard this story. Well, you knew when I skied down the front steps of the Kappa Sig house.
Buck naked, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we're at brunch at Cap City with several friends of ours and our parents after Parents Weekend.
Yes.
And one of our friends, Ryan, in the middle, just after I had received probably my worst grade card in my time at Ohio State. So I'm already on like razor thin ice. Hey, Jack, Diane, did Ryan tell you about the time he skied down the steps at the Kappa Sig house? They're like, no. And he's like, yeah, he had goggles on, and just let it sit. And he's like, oh, yeah, he was totally naked. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Like, why are you doing this to me?
Yeah.
And so still to this day, like, that's one of my dad's favorite stories to tell. Like, he'll tell the lady at the fucking checkout, like, oh, this is my son Ryan. You know what he did? Skied down the steps of the...
No way. God damn it.
I tell you, though, dude, it is funny.
It's the best. I'll come clean then. I'll come clean about a story.
All right, talk to me.
Because somebody said something in front of my parents, and they were like, "Was that true?" I was like, "No, that wasn't true. It was true." Morning of graduation, because I'm still living in the fraternity at that point, right?
Right.
Way past the time of doing that.
Yeah.
I walked out to have a cigarette on the deck that overlooked the lawn, and there was all the parents were parking, getting ready for graduation, all that shit, blah blah blah. Yeah, and it was like, oh my god, this is gonna be the greatest day ever. So fucking hungover because I think we rented out Lindy's the night before.
Oh right, yeah,
and got housed, right? So I walk out. I've got sunglasses on. I've got the hat on, the graduation hat, and the black zip-up thing, and I've got a pair of Adidas sandals on, the blue ones with the 3 white stripes, right? I walk out, I light up this cigarette, and I'm just like, ugh. I just unzip my robe and start pissing over the deck onto the front porch.
Onto the front porch.
And all the parents are in the lawn. They're like, no, no. And I'm just like, all
right.
Yeah.
See you at the stadium.
Yes, that's exactly what it was. And so when we got back to the house or whatever, right, and they were like, Ross, man, great to see how was graduation. I was like, it was awesome. It was a dream come true. Everything I ever hoped for, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, yeah, man, so did you ever put on any clothes underneath that robe, or did you just, go like that the whole time? And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I did put on clothes later.
Okay.
I deliberately went outside so I could unzip and just get a full shocked reaction. Because that was my last day in college.
Dude.
That's it. What you don't realize is you literally
you would have done it
up
on your first day of college.
Yeah.
Like you could give a shit about what people thought about you. Hey, I'm Ross Patterson. I'm going to be a movie star. I think was like your go-to introduction.
It's totally true.
Yeah.
Totally true. But I did tell people, I was like, hey, man, I did that, and I'm sorry. And but I never told my parents. I never told my parents, I just wanted them to see my dick one more time.
Right?
Because right after graduation, you really do. It's super depressing. Like, you have a day, and then they're like, look, man, you got to get up by the weekend. Like, you're done.
Like,
you're done here.
Yeah.
That's it. And you're like, shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, fuck. Okay. Well, might as well pull it out.
Might as well pull out my dick one more time.
Last time to pee off the front of the house.
Yeah. You ever go back to the fraternity or anything?
We went. We actually went to an after hours. Kathy and I, and like
a real after hours.
Yeah.
People were getting fucked up.
Yeah.
How recent was this?
Oh god, this was 10 years ago.
Okay.
It was a long time ago. I forget who we went with, but it was fun. But I haven't been back.
Was it the best time of your life? College?
Wow.
It's hard to say with kids, right?
It is hard to say. Like it was everything I wanted it to be. And I was a real big idiot in college.
Kids aren't in the equation. Is it the best time ever?
Yeah. I mean, like it literally, like.
You know why? So here's the thing, and it's not you or anybody else. It is because you have no responsibilities, and that's what I've learned over all of the years and all this other shit. Right? I don't feel like I can go to the gym without answering fucking 50 goddamn emails or text messages or whatever it is, right? Or go to work and not answer emails and things. Even podcasts and filming shit is a blast, but there's problems with employees, problems with fucking, you name it, the water bill, the goddamn air, the everything, the studio, something's fucked up or whatever. You get through the day, you go home, spend a little bit of time with your kids. I get home at like 6:30, 6:45.
Yeah.
Love my kids. They're fucking awesome. My wife is great. But it's about an hour and a half, and then they're in bed, and then it's just like, all right, cool, and then you go up and do it again. Yeah. The thing with college, why it is probably people's best time when they say that, is because there was zero responsibility.
Right.
No one called. The phone didn't ring. The only thing you had to do was maybe go to class if you felt like it, and just try to barely pass.
Yeah. And make all of the friends.
That's it.
Literally. Like, just socialize with everyone, and that's it.
Every single night.
Every single night.
And that, I think, to me, because I've done, I don't want to say studies on this, but like I've talked to sponsors and other things like that. We've got a sock sponsor on Drinkin Bros right now, Stance.com, which does like socks, right?
Yeah.
And they do it for colleges, NFL, and all that stuff. And I was like, what is it that made you want to do this? And they were like, well, it's the nostalgia of college, and a lot of people can't get out of that.
Yeah.
And it's because they had such a great time that they'll
right.
forever buy anything. Let's hypothetical for Ohio State related, right?
Yeah.
Which is true. Anything that Ohio State comes out, like I'll buy
it.
The dumbest shit of all time, right? But they were like, that was it's the last time that you had responsibilities. It is the time that you will hold on to the dearest in your life.
Yeah.
Because the rest of it is you're worried about your kids getting their fingers chopped off for no reason.
Right.
And
you made like you and I don't see each other ever. We've seen each other 4 times in the last 10 years
easily.
And we get together and it is like no time has passed.
Yes.
And so there's a story I will tell you that if we go back when we were going to I forget what we called it. We had to go up to the Kappa Sig house, and one of the older
we were rushing.
We were we were pledges.
Okay, yeah.
And one of the older Kappa Sigs, because they knew like my sister's boyfriend and all that stuff, invited us to Not Else too.
Oh,
do you remember this?
Yes.
And was like buddy with us, and he's like, "Oh no, dude, it's fine. Like you guys, we'll go up. You guys can clean up. Like I've got your back, And he's giving us shots, and we get all fucked up. And then we get up there, and he's like, "Looks like Ross and Rex have been drinking." And I was like, "What the fuck is wrong? What? You guys were supposed to be up here for pledge night. You've been drinking?" Like, no. I'm like, "Dude, what?" And he's just like, "Do you remember that?"
Oh, yeah.
And we got yelled at.
But here's the thing: that's when you could haze, and it was fun, and like, I guess it didn't get a little fun till the end. I got thrown out of a fucking window at the end. Remember they threw the luggage off the roof too, and it was just like, "You're going home," and that's it. Like you're scrubbing a floor with a piece of wood and shit.
Scrubbing, and when we were scrubbing, like, and they were like, "What?"
It really is like a movie.
It is like a movie, and they
"Hey,
wanted
man."
us to say like, "You will do the," like, tell us what, and you were just like, "I remember. This is the other one that I remember." They're like, "Tell it," because it's supposed to be this like super emotional story, right? It was like Scummy Night where we're like,
yeah.
We're supposed to like bond this one night. We're scrubbing the shower floors with little yellow bristles, and they're like, "Tell us. You need to tell your Pledge Brothers stories about like your life." And you go, "I remember a time when I was 8 years old, and I had 2 baby hamsters." And I walked in the house, and I knocked over the cage, and the glass broke, and it poked one of the baby hamsters in the neck, and I felt so bad that I had to take the other baby hamster, and I had to break its neck because I didn't want that hamster to be without its brother for the rest of its life. And I took those hamsters out. And they're like, "Dude, what the fuck are you doing?" Like, and I took them out of the backyard, and I buried them, and I had to go through 12 weeks of counseling. And you ended every story with, "I had to go through 12 weeks of counseling." And I'm like, no one else in the shower thinks it's funny, but I'm like dying because I'm like, I know exactly where this is going. Like, he didn't have any fucking hamsters.
None. I've never had hamsters.
And like, that's where you were totally unflappable. Like, in the moment where like we've had cigarette and cigar smoke blown in our face, like, and it's like it's 2:00 in the morning. It's like, I just want to fucking go to bed. You had the wherewithal to come up with some stupid fucking story about 2 hamsters getting stabbed in the neck and breaking the other, burying in the backyard. And I had to go through 12 weeks of counseling.
Meanwhile, everybody else is telling stories about like their grandma dying or like their other whatever. My brother got hit by a car.
And I just remember that's why I lean on my scummies because that I could tell them these stories and like everyone's telling these stories and literally crying, and you're like, and then you go that. And it was in the same shower where it was WBBD, Poop City. It was the same shower, dude. Oh, my God.
I had to kill that other hamster, dude.
I just killed it. Like imagine the visual of, like, a hamster cage falling over, one getting one in the neck, and then you as an 8-year-old boy.
Having to stab the other one, dude.
I got to take it. I can't. He can't live without him. I can't live without him. I'd rather live without both of them than live with one of them. And then it came to me, and I was like, I'm.
Yeah, you just start crying over my stories. Like, I'm caught up in his shit, and I can't do that.
Oh, shit. That was so good, dude. 12 weeks of counseling. It was always the end.
It was the end of every story. Right? Look, I had 12 weeks of counseling.
And then it was, and it all worked out. Here I am.
Nothing we can do.
Here we are. Fuck.
But I remember when I went through, like, because they haze the shit out of you. You go through all this shit, and then you finish your fraternity, right? And then immediately, I mean, as soon as you go through, they shake your hand and they're like, welcome to brotherhood.
Yeah, you couldn't take it.
I did not.
No.
Everybody else was cool
You
with
stayed up
it.
in the room for a long time.
I was up there 23 hours.
Yeah.
I was in there for 23
There's
and a half
no
hours.
way out of here.
And they play shit on repeat over and over again. And I was
that
just like,
one was, no.
there's no
escaping here.
Yeah, and it was it was lines from Natural Born Killers.
Yeah.
And then there's no escaping here, and then Hell's Bells, and then
Yeah.
but blaring over repeat, and like almost
you were pissed.
A lot of my friends are military now, and they were like, you know, that's how we like haze the shit out of people in other countries, and I was like, fuck you, really? And they were like, oh yeah, dude.
Go fuck.
You'll blare like American music in their ear, and then like duct
Yeah.
tape their eyes and legs and shit, and you don't know where you are. And I was like, exactly what happened to me. Like,
as an 18-year-old boy.
Yeah, I was like, fuck you.
After
dude.
I'd already gone through that shit with my hamsters.
Yeah.
And then I'm reliving this.
I'm going to relive my hamster dying, and I'm stabbing him in the neck. But with that, I never subscribed to the hazing thing. So once we got through, I was just always naked all the time. Like I would pull my dick out just to make these other people laugh so other people would get hazed. But did I tell you? Fuck, man, I don't think the audience knows this. They make you do this little black book, right? You got to learn about everybody's life in the fraternity. Do you know for one full year I did every interview buck naked for an hour? Every dude that went through, I'd be like, hey, man, you can come up to my room at like 8. Because you had to schedule a time.
They'd ask.
Yeah, they'd ask. They're like, hey, can I interview you? Whatever. I was like, yeah, I got a lot of things to do, but you can come up at like 8, all right? And I was like, just knock on the door and you can let yourself in. And I was like, usually I'm, kind of finishing up with homework or just meditating or whatever, right? They would always walk in. I had a candle lit, like on the table, and I was usually smoking a cigarette, buck naked, but like wide stretch, And I was just like, hey, man, come on in. And their first, God, oh my God. And I was like,
should I come back?
And I kept saying, no, it's cool. We're going to be brothers. So you should see all this. And, we should just fucking rap, man, about life. And, like, the kids would get so uncomfortable, because I was only a year older, so I don't know why I said kids. They were 18, I was 19. And I was just, man. So my grandfather would make me sniff his seat after a 10, 20-mile bike ride. And in the middle of July in New Jersey, it was about 104. And I'll never forget. Give or take. And I'll never forget the scent of that seat. And that's what made me the man I am today. And I would tell these stories, and they would have to write it down over and over again. And
Pertinent fact.
They would never want to make eye contact with me or look at my dick. And I was like, what, man? You're not gay. It's just my penis. Like, you've got one, too. I think it was 23 dudes that went through that class. Yeah. Every single one of them. Buck fucking naked. And same thing. I lit candles around the entire room, and then I just sat in the middle of it. And I was like, come on in, brother. We're going to be brothers. Like, this is what we do now, And every one of them was like, fuck, dude. I don't know if I want to be a part of this. It was one kid that I didn't like. I'm not going to say who it is because he's died. R.I.P. But I ate a foot-long tuna sandwich from Subway. Buck naked, but it was like, but I put it right next to the bottom of it right next to my thigh. So, and I would just kind of tap the end of the sandwich and I'd be like, man, how do I describe my mom in words that you'll understand? And I would just tap the sandwich next to my dick. And the kid was just real uncomfortable. He's just moving around in his chair.
And those are super uncomfortable to begin with.
And the rooms are small. There's nowhere for him to go. There's nowhere for me to go. And I was like, man, at the end of it, tap my dong with the sandwich and then just took the last bite. It was a tuna with black olives because I get down like that, salt and pepper, and mayonnaise and the thing. And he was like, "Hey man, no offense, but I think the interview's done. Do you mind if I just leave?" And I was like, "I mean, I'm not done with my sandwich, am I?" It was like, do I have to wait for you to finish? And I was like, no, I think we got it. I think
Are you finished with your questions?
Oh, God damn it, dude. But every time I come back here, the reason why we're sharing these stories, the reason why I wanted to have you on the show, is it still a safe place of like, man, that was still the best time ever.
Yes, dude.
And I miss my friends. I miss that life. And my wife is great. Our children are great and all that other shit. But like,
it's a totally like it's
not a safe.
Right, well,
it's safe, but like,
no.
Hey man, if I get blotto somewhere, Jabes, I can at least find my way back here. I can't everywhere else we go. You know.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about Orlando. Well, we talk about Orlando. I was walking down a highway about 4 weeks ago. So,
well,
that's a real story.
Did you find your way back here?
I did.
Yes, you did.
You're
sitting right here across the table from me.
If you were home, you'd already live here right now. Cheers.
Give me some coffee.
Cheers. I will. Cheers.
Cheers,
thank you for
brothers.
coming on the show, buddy.
That's a good time.
It was fucking fun as shit.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: is like I think you were the only one who took videos in college, because everybody had a videographer or somebody who filmed everything, and so you're the only one that has.
I've got a lot
grateful for
that I'm going to share.
Wow.
With you.
Yeah. Man, I saw a couple of them and I was like, whoa, boy.
I have some from that Michigan game that we went to, and whew.
Yeah.
I don't have video from that, just pictures.
Just pics.
That's when, remember we sat down, whoa, boy, this was bad, and I'm sorry for overtime. But
no,
boy,
we're never over time. It's a podcast. You can do whatever you want.
We were walking down the, it was the when
the
Desmond
Heisman
Howard,
game. Yeah.
And we're walking down to our seats, and there's like a guy there with his son, and I sit down next to him, and I was probably being an asshole, but I sit down next to him. I'm like, man, you're gonna raise this young man to be a Michigan fan? And he was like, get the fuck out of here. And even you were like, all right, let's go. Come on. I was like, I won't go back to that place.
I don't know that I've been back since that game, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's serious.
I brought bad luck. I would love to go see him win there, but
I don't think I've been back since that game.
Yeah.
No, I think I went back senior year when we finally beat him.
Okay.
And that was it.
Yeah, I've never seen him win there.
Either way, that stadium is a shithole.
Right.
And I just don't enjoy it. And I've been to every stadium in the country, and like I'm hosting a sports show. I'm pretty objective of like what stadiums are fun and not fun. And I don't care if the team's better. Like
right.
But like LSU, blast. University of Texas, blast.
Yeah.
Arizona State, Alec, blast. But Michigan, man, it's just a fucking shithole. You get a seat, and it's like 1 through 175.
Yep.
And you're either down there, or you're walking all the way up, and that's it. And it's a bunch of fucking people living in a gray town and a gray city, and they're miserable. What's your prediction on the game here for Monday? Well, this show airs Monday for tomorrow.
For tomorrow,
it's supposed to be raining the whole game, right?
The whole game. I think we cover, dude. I think we beat them by 3 touchdowns.
17 and a half
do.
it is now. Chase Young's coming back. I'm with you. So I took the Buckeyes.
Yeah.
There is a 90% chance of rain through the entire game.
Right.
Are you going?
No.
Smart.
No.
Smart.
Yeah.
Jesse's like, me neither.
Neither's Jesse.
Me neither. No.
Jesse and I are going to the Pine House.
I might switch to B deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going. I think I don't know, dude. I just think that this team's too good, and the weather doesn't really matter. Like,
it mattered against Wisconsin in the first half, so we'll see.
It did.
We'll see how bad it is, but
and that's a lot of points, man.
It is.
That's more than the spread against Cincinnati. So
yeah, and the offense is shitty for Penn State, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm going Buckeyes.
You know what? I don't give a shit how many we win by. Let's just win and get to Michigan week.
And move on with our lives.
Yep.
Rye guy, appreciate it. I love you, buddy. It's been a long time in the making, dude, and I'm glad I was able to lock in now.
Right here at Burger Theory.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have had it any other way. I wouldn't have had it any other way. Yeah, that's why I turned you down 43 other times.
Yeah.
I was waiting for this. I was waiting for this moment. Holiday Inn restaurant at Burger Theory. Okay.
The beauty of it is we don't know where we're going. It depends on what the teams are ranked, right?
Right.
So like the teams ranked, and then we're like, oh great, we're going to this game.
Yeah.
So you have to get last minute hotels, flights, cars, all that other shit.
Yeah.
Got lucky with the car. We got a 4Runner, which was nice. I was not expecting that.
All right.
But then they were like, Holiday Inn, Burger Theory. Burger Theory.
Burger Theory.
And I just want to give a nice fuck you to Adriatico's Pizza, who said no today on the phone.
Oh, boy.
A very important man, and that was really dumb of you.
Very important. I will say I love Adriatico's. I just say it there.
So do I. The Buckeyes, the greatest thing ever.
I know.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Woo! Oh, big mistake. That is my pretty woman
Big
moment.
mistake.
For Ryan Rexis, I am Ross Patterson. This is The Revolution. Good nights,
Good
everyone.
night. Au revoir.